I wonder, so I mean, I think the objection to your view would be, well, you know, you're focusing on the transness rather than the...
I'm not. I'm focusing on the maleness.
Okay, so okay, on this point then, on the maleness. So what is it about the maleness that makes males a greater risk? Because I'm thinking that it's testosterone, right? Like, well, I mean, if you look at it, if you look at the studies,
well, you can ask me the question, but I don't think it matters, and I don't really understand. I think it's slightly distracting to say, what is it about it, as if we can sort of fix this. We can't. Let's fix it by all means, but let's not let women be the canaries in the coal mine while we fix the problem of male violence. And these are women, if we're talking about prisons, these are women, like, you know, the vast proportion of the prison population is male anyway, and women tend to be in prison for far less aggressive crimes, usually things like fraud, you know, things that are quite relatively low level. Most women in prison have a history of like sexual abuse in their families, or there's a much bigger proportion of women being in care that are in the prison system, right? So it's a very vulnerable community, and we are putting male, I'm not even exaggerating, like sexual offenders in the prisons with them. Now, you can say, oh, is there a better, cleverer way to do this? Yes, don't put males in prison with women. And you can also say, oh, but prison guards rape them too. Yeah, okay. So there's two problems, but why on earth would we say that we would ignore that problem because there's this other problem? Like, that just means they've got more to worry about, not less. So I think, basically, I don't understand the impetus, particularly of elite people who will never face this problem themselves, to fiddle around with some kind of nicely aesthetic kind of solution. Maybe we can like do pre-crime, you know, maybe we can work out who the sexual offenders, the really bad ones are. No, just don't put men in prison with women. And that will really help the situation, you know. And that's, who loses? Yeah. I'm not suggesting that trans women go into prisons with men. We could have separate wings. Nobody ever seems to give a shit about that, but we could. So